We are entering into one of the hardest phases of the cycle. It's literally sitting there and doing nothing. Sitting on your hands, not over trading, not chasing the next new narrative, next new trend, next new cabal, meta, whatever you want to call it. It's simply just sitting on your hands and doing nothing. Find your Colts, find your convictions, find your plays. Those are the different projects that will highly likely do extremely well this bull run, and your goal is to not part from your bags. This is Crypto Vlog number 12, October 25th, 2024, and we do have an election coming up on the 5th. As for the state of the market, Bitcoin is pretty healthy. We broke out of a trend. I do think we will resist or retest around one of these previous trend lines and then zoom up out of here. Obviously, time will tell. We'll see what will happen. But I've already picked my tickers. I do have many more than these, but these are the ones that are shared publicly on Twitter. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter, there's a link in the description. Well, there's the Twitter account below, but it's basically just at Drake on Digital on Twitter. You can find me there. But my tickers, Gondola on ETH, Geeko, Solana, Apu Girl on ETH, Zoomer, Solana, Cook, Solana, THC, Phantom, FBomb, Phantom, Mog, ETH, $1 billion Cat on Bitcoin, Apu, Higher, Speed, Dosu on Doginals, like on Dogechain, Bitcoin or ticker Bitcoin on ETH, Bellcoin, SPX, Brainlet, Mini, Joe, Dorito on Solana, Badger, Solana, Boop on Arbitrum, Stonks on ETH, Aura on Solana, OKEgg on Base, Helia Cat or Starecat on Solana, Altism, and Popcat. My highest conviction plays are SPX because we're going to flip the stonk market, Apu, $1 billion Cat, and if you're a utility, DeFi, maxi type of dude, it's FBomb. I want to show you guys this little setup on the meme coin trilemma. I talked about this in previous videos, but if you're picking your Colts and your projects, you want to look for the ones that have three things, especially for the meme coins. Yes, there are some utility plays I'm in as well, but you want to look for ones that have a Colt, a commodity, and a story. They do not have to have all of these, but if you are stronger or only have Colt and story, you better you better hope they are extremely strong in that particular category. I want to give you guys an example so you guys can understand what I'm talking about. Bitcoin, the token, BTC, is a Colt in the fact that Bitcoin maxis, these guys think Bitcoin is digital gold. It's better than gold. Like Bitcoin is endgame. Everything goes to Bitcoin. It's a commodity in the fact that it's digital gold and the fact that it's literally labeled as a commodity, guys. It's a ETF. You need BTC in order to transact on the chain. It's a commodity. The story is it's digital gold. It came out right after the crash because the government is irresponsible and they print tons of dollars. So the people wanted a more sound money. That's the narrative of Bitcoin. I'll give another example. Look at SPX 6900. This is a Colt. It's a super strong Colt. They really think they are going to flip the stock market, or well, SPX, S&P 500, whatever. S&P 500 is basically the representation of the stock market. That's why I say flip it. I would also consider SPX sort of a commodity in the fact that maybe they'll have merch in the future. You can buy stuff with SPX. But I do think SPX is going to be considered a form of money. So I would consider it along the term or along the form of a commodity because it's going to have not just a mimetic effect, but it's also going to have a community that pushes to get it accepted in different payment forms. And it's you kind of need the SPX token to be a part of the community. I mean, you don't need to, but you kind of just like, I'm a part of this community, but I have no exposure. So it's like, what the pants? It's almost like being a part of an NFT community without having the actual NFT. And then a story. The story of SPX is to flip the S&P 500. They actually think they are going to do it. So I do think this is going to multiple billions. And going back to my highest conviction plays, I do think $1 billion cat is going to at least 10 billion. F-bomb is also going to billions. Apu, minimum 33 billion. SPX, I say this is going to 100 billion this cycle. Obviously, time will tell. We'll see what will happen on this. Now, I want to focus this video on one thing. Sitting on your hands and doing nothing. You've probably seen this last week. We have a token called GOAT. People think this is the next best thing since sliced bread. Everyone is like, AI is ruling the world. It's taking over. It's run by AI. AI can tweet 24/7. This is going to be the ultimate meme coin. That is the current narrative for it as we're standing and as we're speaking now. There have been previous metas and tokens that have come out and done the same exact, not the AI form, but come out and done the same exact thing, saying we're the next best thing since sliced bread. If you rewind in history, if you remember Dog with Hat on Solana, everyone was talking about that one. It was like, it's going to be the next best thing. It's going to flip those. I'm not saying WIF is going to go down, and I'm not saying WIF is terrible. But the point I'm trying to make is the attention span of the market is like a goldfish. It literally forgets what it did last week. And it says, this is the next best thing since sliced bread. It's all just a facade and a narrative in order to take your coin, stick with your conviction plays, and don't overtrade. Another narrative that came out after Dog with Hat was runes. Runes came out. Everything was popular. Dog go to the moon. I can't even remember. Arsic and all kinds of random ones. For me, the ticker was $1 billion cat. It had a cult community, and you can see here it's rising from the ashes. But everyone was like, this is the next best thing. It's huge. Bitcoin liquidity. Just creating a narrative for it. The same concept applies for these AI meme coins. If you remember the one that came, like, what was the one like 2-3 weeks ago? It was Mudang. Oh, this is going to go so viral because everyone's going to make TikTok videos and YouTube videos on this little hippo. People will create narratives and ideas to get you to drink the Kool-Aid and buy in. Just remember that. Find your cults, find your conviction plays, and don't overtrade. Sit on your hands. A lot of people get this backwards, but the bull market is not when you're needing to be most active and all hands on deck. In fact, the bull market is when you sit back and touch grass and let your plays do their thing. The bear market is when you spot the high conviction plays, see who's building, see who's rolling stuff out, and stick with those guys. I'm showing Genon on this screen as an example because this was a derivative of GOAT. If you are betting on this AI meta, GOAT was your strong play. And then people missed that, so they launched all kinds of other tokens like Genon and Lump Space and all kinds of random tokens, and they all end up bleeding against the leader. This is the leader of the AI meta. Now, can it change in the future? Of course it can. Do I think this is going to win? I have no idea. Am I playing it? No, I'm not. I'm just watching. I think there are better risks to rewards in the market. Me personally, I think the best way to play this AI meta is to buy some of the cult memes and the good projects that are at a discount. I think you have a better risk to reward on them. I think it's better just to look at the market in terms of risk to reward instead of, hey, how much money can I make with this? I mean, come on, dude. Like, it's already at a 700 mil cap. Do you really think this is going to go to $700 billion so you can 100x your money? Well, that's basically the market cap of well, it's not the market cap of Bitcoin, but it's getting up there. So it's like, do you really think this is going to be higher market cap than ETH or Solana? That's just kind of how you have to look at it into perspectives. But anyways, guys, don't get chopped up. If you got to feel something and trade these things, I like to do it from time to time as well. Do it with coffee money, a small amount. So think how much it takes to buy a cup of coffee. For some people, they like really, really fancy coffees, and it could be a couple $100 for them. And other people, they just like McDonald's coffee or gas station coffee, and it can be like $2. Just depends what your budget is and what your definition of coffee is, and then you can do that to feel something. Guys, don't overtrade. Don't overthink it. Don't let them steal your coin. Be careful of drinking Kool-Aid of the next narrative, the next big thing. These are my conviction plays that I'm sharing publicly on Twitter. I have plenty more other than these, but my highest convictions for this bull run, I'm sharing it with you. $1 billion cat, F-bomb, S&P or SPX, and Apu. Those are my highest conviction plays. These are also pretty high conviction, but they aren't as high as the other. I think Belcoin is going to do crazy numbers too. But hey, just spin it out there. You can check out all the sheets I put on Twitter, and you can check out the previous videos to see what's up on there. If you guys like this type of content, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and tell me where you guys are watching this video from. If you guys want to join the premium Discord, there's a link in the description below. Oh, I also want to show you guys one other thing. This is a perfect example. My high conviction play is $1 billion cat. I remember on Bitcoin. I remember a lot of people were like, buy Gizmo, buy Puka. Puka cannot be stopped. It's going to the moon. It could, by all means, go to the moon. Next week, it could be like billions. I don't care. But my conviction play is $1 billion cat. If I simply would have sold $1 billion cat and bought Puka, well, I mean, I saw it at like 1.5 sats, so it would still be up. But the point I'm trying to make is like I watched this climb to like 4 sats, and what if I bought at 4 sats? Well, I would be down 50%. Simply if I would have just held $1 billion cat, not had the anxiety, not had the stress thinking I had to do something, and just sat there, touch grass, and do whatever, would have made even more because I wouldn't have chopped my bag up. Because the problem is if I would have played this game, bought it at, okay, let's say I bought it at 4, I would have chopped my bag up, lost my position on $1 billion cat, and lost more money on Puka. Just put that into perspective, guys. Just trust me when I say this. Don't get chopped up. I'm telling you from experience. I've chased stuff. It's just stick to your conviction plays. Come back a few months from now. Or you can monitor it if you want. Just don't be tempted. And if you got to feel something, just use a little bit of coffee. For some, it's $3. For some, it's a couple $100. Let's hit you guys with a wisdom one-liner. Proverbs chapter 22, verses 1. A good name is more desirable than great riches. To be esteemed is better than silver or gold. Guys, your name is your bond. Don't ruin that. Keep integrity. And money can't buy you out of that if you lose it. Peace. As for some trades, me personally, if you're already in the meme coin trenches and you have some memes, I think these are some better trades. This is what I've done is Pepe, swapped it to Apu. Dog or Bitcoin, I swapped $1 billion cat. ETH to FBomb. Doge to Belcoin. Arbitrum to Boop. Brett to OKEgg. Solana to Brainlet. That's me personally. I think those are the better trades in the market, or higher beta levered positions, I guess you want to call it, to get exposure to that particular meta.